America Ferrera is stepping into a thrilling new role, and it just might remind you of one of Hollywood's most iconic performances. When viewers saw the trailer for The Lost Bus, many noticed something instantly familiar: a rush of adrenaline, a moving bus, and a fierce woman determined to save lives. And they weren't wrong. There's a moment in the film where America leans forward, gripping the wheel, and the tension feels straight out of Speed. The parallels are impossible to miss. It's a full-on Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock moment. When asked about it, America laughed. "You felt it, didn't you?" she said with a smile. "There's definitely a Speed moment in there." For America, it wasn't intentional, but the connection feels natural. "Speed was one of my favorite movies growing up," she explained. "And funny enough, I happen to have short hair, just like Sandra Bullock did in that movie. I guess I kind of mirrored her without even realizing it." She paused for a moment, then added, "The bus was going fast, really fast, and I remember thinking, this is wild. It's that same kind of tension, that rush. It brought me right back to watching Speed for the first time." She laughed again as she shared a bit of her movie nostalgia. Speed and Backdraft. Those were two of my favorite films as a kid. I don't think people realize how much those movies stick with you. The urgency, the stakes, the feeling that every second matters. That's what I love about storytelling like this. That same energy pulses through The Lost Bus, a gripping new film inspired by real events. The story follows a bus driver and a teacher who risk everything to save 22 children, trapped in the devastating Paradise, California wildfire of 2018. It's a film that captures courage, chaos, and humanity in the face of impossible odds. The Lost Bus opens in select theaters tomorrow and begins streaming on Apple TV Plus on October 3rd. The movie, based on true events, depicts one of the most terrifying days in modern California history. When the campfire tore through the town of Paradise, it destroyed homes, schools, and entire neighborhoods within hours. But amid the destruction, one small group, a bus driver and his students, fought to survive. For America, portraying a character inspired by such an extraordinary real-life event came with immense responsibility. "There's a certain reverence and honor you feel when you're asked to bring a story like this to life," she said. "You're not just playing a role, you're representing real people who lived through something unimaginable." The intensity of The Lost Bus goes far beyond action or drama. It's emotional, raw, and deeply human. The film captures not just the fire itself, but the fear, the confusion, and the unbreakable will to protect others. "It was tense," America said, reflecting on the shoot. "And very real. It wasn't just a movie set. It felt like reliving something people actually went through. When you watch it, it's quite a ride. You can feel the danger, the exhaustion, the desperation, and somehow the hope." When she saw the finished film for the first time, even she wasn't ready for how powerful it would be. "I checked my heart rate on my tracker afterward," she laughed. "It was off the charts. I'd never seen it so high. It actually took me 2 hours to calm down." That kind of visceral reaction isn't surprising. The film's pacing is relentless, the stakes are real, and the emotional core hits hard. But what makes The Lost Bus truly special is how much heart it carries, alongside America Ferrera. The film boasts an impressive team, including Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis, who serves as a producer. Jamie has been deeply passionate about ensuring that the real-life heroes and victims of the Paradise Fire are honored properly. She recently became emotional when talking about the film's connection to the town's ongoing efforts to heal. "They still don't have a central place where the community can come together and remember that day," Jamie explained. "For me, as a producer, it was incredibly important that we support the completion of that memorial, something that gives people a place to gather, reflect, and heal." Her commitment goes beyond storytelling. "We wanted to make sure part of what we do with this film contributes to finishing that memorial," she said. "That would mean a lot to me." For Jamie and America alike, The Lost Bus isn't just a movie, it's a tribute. It's a reminder of resilience, bravery, and the power of community. The story highlights how ordinary people can become heroes in moments of crisis. The bus driver, the teacher, and the children weren't trained to face such danger, yet they did what they had to do. They leaned on instinct, courage, and each other. America said that's what drew her to the project in the first place. "These weren't superheroes," she said. "They were real people. Parents, teachers, kids, they had to make impossible choices in seconds. That's what makes the story so powerful. It's about humanity at its rawest. Filming those scenes wasn't easy. The cast and crew worked in physically demanding conditions to recreate the chaos of the fire. Thick smoke, heat, debris, and the ever-present feeling of urgency. America admitted that there were moments that felt overwhelming. "You can't fake fear like that," she said. "Even though you know you're on a set, when you're surrounded by smoke, sirens, and heat, your body responds. Your adrenaline kicks in. And that's what makes the performances so real." She described the emotional exhaustion that came with it. When you're done shooting, you feel it in your bones. You carry it with you. But it also makes you grateful. You think about the people who really went through that, and you realize how strong they were. The filmmakers made sure to approach the story with sensitivity and authenticity. Survivors from Paradise were consulted during production to ensure that the film reflected the truth of what happened. The fear, the courage, and the loss. That sense of realism comes through in every frame. America said it was impossible not to be affected by the weight of the story. "You can't play a role like this and walk away unchanged," she said. "It makes you think about your own life, what matters, what you do to protect the people you love." She hopes audiences feel that too. "I think people will come out of the movie with a deeper appreciation for the everyday heroes in their lives," she said. "The teachers, the bus drivers, the first responders, the people who show up when everything falls apart." As for the speed comparisons, she takes them as a compliment. "Sandra Bullock is an icon," America said with a grin. "If I channeled even 1 ounce of her energy, I'll take it." But she's quick to point out that The Lost Bus isn't about action for action's sake. "It's not about thrills," she said. "It's about humanity. It's about finding calm in chaos and courage when you least expect it." For America, this film marks another milestone in a career full of meaningful choices, from Ugly Betty to Barbie, and now to The Lost Bus. Each project she takes on, she says, is about telling stories that reflect real strength, real emotion, and real people. She's proud of this one, proud of the story, the cast, and the message. "It's a film that honors the human spirit," she said. "It reminds us how fragile life is, but also how powerful hope can be." And just like Speed, the movie that inspired her as a kid, The Lost Bus keeps audiences on the edge of their seats, rooting for a hero who refuses to give up.